A day, 7 days per week, with a fresh approach. www.999wefm.com. WeFM News, online, on demand.
Good afternoon and welcome to WEFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Court St. Vincent Limited.
Beckway, get ready! Quartz is back again this Thursday, May 30, under the almond tree, 9:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. with bigger and crazier deals. No cash, no worries. Choose Ready Finance. Buy now and pay later. Get in on our doorbuster deal with specials on mattresses, rugs, appliances, and so much more. So Beckway, this Thursday, all day. Quartz is back under the almond tree. So come grab a big deal. Quartz, bringing value home.
Welcome back to WEFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Court St. Vincent Limited. I am your presenter, Rajiv Providence. First, on the local scene, founder and leader of the SVG Green Party, Ivan O'Neill, has passed away. According to sources, Mr. O'Neill has been ill for quite some time and passed away at his home on Monday, May 27, 2024. He was a retired warrant officer from the British Royal Air Force. Having served as an engineer, he held the position of military instructor in the armed forces of His Highness the Sultan of Brunei. Mr. O'Neill also held a bachelor's in accounting and financing from Oxford Brookes University, a master's degree in macroeconomic budgeting, planning and policy from Bradford University, as well as a master's degree in business administration from Leicester University. In the early years of his political career, he served as the treasurer for the Unity Labour Party. He would end up leaving the party in 2000 to join the People's Political Movement, the PPM, which would see him contest the North Central Windward constituency in 2001. He formed the SVG Green Party in 2005, contesting the East St. George seat in 2005, 2010, 2015, and 2020. Representatives from the main opposition, the New Democratic Party, recently met with the Supervisor of Elections, Mrs. Dora James. The aim of the meeting, requested by Mrs. James, was to provide an update to the opposition on the plans of the NDP to expunge the voters list and to ask for their cooperation in the process. The meeting was held on Thursday, May 23rd, and was attended by the New Democratic Party's leader, Dr. Godwin Friday, Vice President Major Sinclair Leacock, Chairman Daniel Cummings, and Secretary General Brenton Smith. According to an official release, questions were also raised about the composition of the voters list, the registration process, and the procedure that is used to remove the names of the deceased from the voters list. The Supervisor of Elections has given her commitment to do all in her power to ensure that the voters list is accurate and to continue to dialogue with the NDP. Still on the local scene, Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves has questioned the level of contribution being made by local businesses to St. Vincent and the Grenadines' Carnival Festival Vinci Mass. Prime Minister Gonsalves, during an appearance on WEFM's Issue at Hand program, said he has his doubts about the contributions being made are what they should be. We hear more from the Prime Minister.
A lot of businesses make a lot of money from Carnival. And the question is this: what do they put back in it? I don't want to pick any fight with the brewery, but the brewery makes a lot of money at Carnival. Do they put enough? Well, they will probably tell you yes, they do. That's a matter for discussion. The distillery, distributors of Caribbean, the traders, and all the rest of it, I have my grave doubts as to whether they make the contribution which they ought to be making.
That was the Prime Minister, Dr. Ralph Gonsalves, speaking on WEFM's Issue at Hand program. The Prime Minister's comments about the contributions of businesses to Carnival come amidst calls for prices for participants in various Carnival events to be increased, with Calypsonians and lovers of Calypso in particular taking issue with the lack of increase in prize money for winners over the years. On to news in the region. St. Lucian teenager Jaheim Simeon was discovered dead by his parents on Sunday, May 26th in his room, plunging the family into mourning. A week prior to his passing, 16-year-old Simeon, who was a cricketer, suffered a blow to his eye from an oncoming cricket ball. His mother, Hyacinth Serville, says the family ensured Jahin sought medical treatment, yet his injury worsened, prompting them to visit the doctor daily last week. Serville explained that doctors discovered that her son also suffered from a broken eye socket bone. However, this discovery was only made after the family demanded that the doctors thoroughly investigated her son's injury. Serville, emotional at the loss of her only child, contends that poor communication by the medical professionals led to his early demise. A post-mortem examination is scheduled for Wednesday, May 29th to determine Jaheim Simeon's cause of death. Jamaica's government is taking steps to reduce the prevalence of violence in the nation's schools. This comes following a significant spike in incidents of violence at the educational institutions across the country. Prime Minister of Jamaica Andrew Holness said that every step taken to reduce violence is important, noting that it is essential that all students be given the opportunity to learn in a safe environment. The Jamaican Prime Minister informed the public of reassessments that will be taken by the Ministry of Education as well as the Ministry of National Security. He said that these reassessments will help the government gain a better understanding of which schools are at risk and how the necessary resources can be directed to them. All schools in Jamaica have been directed to review their entry and search policies and must now seek to put in place measures to detect and seize weapons in schools, particularly knives and other implements that can be used to cause damage. On the international scene, Taiwan's opposition-controlled legislature has ignored large protests to push through legislative changes seen as favorable to China. A controversial bill adopted on Tuesday diminishes the power of President William Lai Chang-te, who was sworn in last week, and his pro-independence Democratic Progressive Party DPP government. The reforms pushed through by the opposition nationalist Kuomintang KMT and smaller partner Taiwan People's Party give lawmakers the power to require the president to give regular reports to parliament and answer lawmakers' questions. It also criminalizes contempt of parliament by government officials. The bill also hands the legislature increased control of budgets, including defense spending. The legislature will also be able to demand that the military, private companies, or individuals disclose information deemed relevant by parliamentarians. The nationalist opposition parties officially back reunification with China, from which Taiwan separated during a civil war in 1949. Finally, in sports, Everton is interested in signing midfielder Calvin Phillips on a season-long loan deal from Premier League champions Manchester City. Phillips joined City from Leeds for £45 million in 2022, but has struggled to make an impression and spent the second half of last season on loan at West Ham. The 28-year-old was part of the England team that reached 2020 European Championship finals, but is now out of favour under manager Gareth Southgate and has failed to make the cut for this summer's tournament. Everton is also in talks to re-sign winger Jack Harrison from Championship club Leeds on another loan deal. 27-year-old Harrison played 35 games and scored 4 goals for the Toffees last season. This has been WEFM's Midday News. I have been your presenter, Rajiv Providence. Join us again at 3 o'clock for WeFM's 3 p.m. news. WeFM's Midday News is brought to you with the kind compliments of Court St. Vincent Limited.
Hello, Carnival. Nice to see you again. Hey people, this is Ezra the Fun Machine, and I'm calling all revelers, carnivalists, and bacchanalists. Let me tell you, take a loan of $3,000 or more for your costume and pay only $340 per month with Court's ready cash. Plus, you get to enter to win your loan back. That's right. Pay $0 down and nothing for the first 30 days. All you need is your ID, proof of address, job letter, pay slip, and 2 references. Visit your nearest Court's already cash location today or contact your Carnival band for more details. Experience Carnival 2024 with Court's ready cash. We are ready when you are. Conditions apply.